So, we all know AI models are getting insanely powerful, right? But here's the thing. There's this massive gap between all that raw general intelligence and getting an AI to do your specific job with your specific quirks and rules. So how do we bridge that gap? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into. Okay, so let's say you've got this brilliant AI, right? Something like Claude. It can turn out code, it can analyze mountains of data, it can summarize anything you throw at it. Awesome! But does it know the secret handshake of your team's workflow? Does it get the unique context of your company? Almost always the answer is a big no. And that's the real challenge we're facing. How do you turn this jack of all trades into a specialized partner that actually gets you? And this slide just nails the difference. You've got your generalist agent on one side. It's like that friend who knows a fun fact about everything but can't actually help you fix your car. It knows everything in general, but nothing specific to you. Then on the other side, you've got the specialized agent. This is your expert, your go-to partner, trained specifically for your needs. The big question is, how do we get from point A to point B? Well, Anthropic has a really elegant answer to that question. It's called agent skills. And it's this incredibly clever yet simple way to basically package up expertise for an AI. It's the key to transforming that generalist into the specialist we've all been waiting for. So what is an agent skill really? When you strip it all down, it's basically just a well-organized folder. Seriously, inside that folder, you'll find some instructions, maybe a few scripts, and other key resources. You put all that together and boom, you've just given your AI a brand new superpower, a specific skill it just didn't have a minute ago. And this is where it gets really cool and honestly kind of intuitive. Anthropic uses this perfect analogy. Building a skill for an agent is like putting together an onboarding guide for a new hire. And that just makes everything click, doesn't it? You're not writing complex, low-level code, you're teaching. You're onboarding your AI just like you would a new person joining your team. All right, so we get it. A skill is like an onboarding guide. But how does the AI actually, read the guide? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the anatomy of a skill, because the way this is designed is just really, really smart. The entire system is built on one core design principle, progressive disclosure. And you can think of this as the secret sauce that makes the whole thing work. It's what makes these skills so efficient and scalable. The idea is simple. Instead of drowning the AI in a giant info dump, you only show it what it needs to know, right when it needs to know it. And here's how that plays out in 3 simple steps. First, the agent does a quick scan. It just reads the name and description of all the skills it has access to. It's like it's just glancing at the table of contents in a manual to see what's relevant. Then, step 2. If it finds a match, it loads up the main instruction file, the skl.md. Think of this as reading the main chapter. Finally, and this is the key part, only if it hits a very specific sub-task does it go to step 3 and consult any extra files, kind of like looking something up in the appendix. This is brilliant because it keeps the AI laser-focused and, crucially, saves a ton of that precious context window space. Now, don't think a skill is just a fancy text document with instructions. It's way more than that. And this is a really important point. For tasks where you need 100% accuracy every single time, things like running a precise calculation or sorting data, you can actually package executable code right inside the skill. This gives you the best of both worlds, the rock-solid reliability of traditional code combined with the amazing flexibility of an LLM. Okay, so we've covered the how. We know what a skill is and how it works. Now for the fun part, the wow. Let's talk about the universe of things you can actually do with these skills because the range is just incredible. We're talking everything from making art to testing complex apps. Let's start with the creative side of things. Imagine teaching an AI a skill to generate unique algorithmic art. Or what about a skill that designs canvases based on a specific visual style? You could even have one that becomes your personal Slack assistant, always finding or creating the perfect gift for the moment. The possibilities are pretty wild. Then you've got the technical side, which is just as mind-blowing. Think about a skill that can automatically run tests on your web application, saving you hours of tedious work. Or a skill designed to build out servers or manage your build artifacts. This is all about taking those super complex repetitive dev tasks and just automating them away. And of course, for the enterprise world, this is a total game changer. Just picture it, a skill that enforces your company's brand guidelines, making sure every single thing that gets created is perfectly on brand. Or maybe a skill that drafts internal comms, those weekly reports, in the exact right format and tone every single time. That's huge. So if we boil it all down, there are 4 key things that make agent skills so incredibly powerful. First, they're composable. The AI can stack them and use them together. Second, they're portable. You build it once, and you can use it anywhere Claude runs. Third, they're super efficient, all thanks to that progressive disclosure we talked about. And finally, they're powerful because they can bring in real executable code for when you need that extra reliability. All right, so this all sounds amazing, which leads to the big question. How do I get my hands on this? How can I start building my own skills? And the best part is, this isn't some far-off future tech. This is something you can actually start doing right now. Anthropic gives us some really solid best practices for this. The first tip, start by figuring out where your agent is currently falling short. That's your golden opportunity. As your skill gets more complex, remember to structure it for scale. Split it into multiple files. And this is super important. Think from the AI's perspective. Give your skill a really clear name and description, because that's its first impression. And maybe the coolest tip of all, you can actually work with Claude to build and improve the skill. Just ask it for help. And if we look even further down the road, the vision gets, well, pretty wild. The ultimate goal here is to get to a point where the AI agents can create, edit, and even evaluate these skills on their own. Just think about that for a second. An AI could learn a better way to do a task and then, all by itself, turn that learning into a brand new, reusable skill for itself and other agents to use. That's when things get really interesting. So, I want to leave you with this question. Just take a moment and think about your own job. What's that one tedious task? You know the one, that complex process that feels like it's your secret knowledge. If you could wrap all that know-how into an onboarding guide for an AI, what would that skill be? What's the one thing you could teach an AI that would be an absolute game changer for you?